The UFC just updated their pound for pound rankings, but they're still off, so we're gonna fix them today. If you're hyped for this video, consider hitting that subscribe button. It keeps me going, it keeps me motivated. Hit that like button, share this to somebody I know they'll enjoy it. Let's get right into it. So, Ilia Topuria is now #1 pound for pound, and I'm kind of okay with that. We're gonna start from 15 and work our way up. Off the rip, Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira is my second favorite fighter of all time. Brother, you're not top 15 pound for pound, brother. Now, 1 through 9 will all be champions. We're gonna put that out of the way, but we're gonna do 15 through 1. At 15, I'm actually gonna have Khamzat Chimaev, so I need to add a fighter. Movsar Evloev. We're gonna put Movsar. Should I zoom this in? We'll zoom this in. We're gonna put Movsar Evloev at 14. Khamzat at 15 because while having impressive wins, while being very, very dominant, there's not enough. I'm all about quantity and quality. He has little quantity, okay quality, while Movsar has quantity and quality. Diego Lopez, Arnold Allen, I thought he lost. Aljamain Sterling. I want to say a 9-fight win streak in the UFC. First of all, these pound for pound rankings, this is the criteria. The criteria is going to be resume. First in your resume comes strength of schedule. Then it comes how are you finishing your strength of schedule. Which sounds crazy because Movsar isn't finishing his strength of schedule, but he has such a higher strength of schedule than Khamzat, I have to put him above. Arman Saruki, we're going to keep him at 13. Known as the second best lightweight while Islam was in the division, now while Islam's gone out of the division. The toughest test for the champion at all times. Huge finish rate. Finishes Beneil Dariush. Finishes Charles Oliveira. Very, very competitive fight with Islam Makhachev. We're going to put him at 13. 12, going to keep Belal Muhammad. He was champion and he was on a crazy streak as well. I think 11 is too low for Max Holloway. It is. Max Holloway just lost to Ilia Topuria, got flatlined, but his strength of schedule is so ridiculous. He was a champion. He's only lost to Volkanovski. He's only lost to Ilia Topuria. Volkanovski's #6. Ilia Topuria is #1. And obviously he hasn't only lost to them, but recently that's all he's lost to. He's about to lose to Dustin Poirier. If you know, you know. While Alex Pereira, while he's finishing everybody and looking great, his quality isn't great. So Max Holloway goes to 10. We have 15 through 10. We have Khamzat Chimaev, Movsar Evloev, Arman Saruki, and Belal Muhammad, Alice Pereira, Max Holloway. Now, 9 through 1. Let's get into it. We're going to start from 9. So, resume. So, it's strength of schedule. And then how are you winning against that strength of schedule? But also skills. Skills plays a huge factor to me. Skills plays a huge factor to me. Because I'm thinking if you're all the same weight, you're all on an even playing field, who has the better skills? Who could take the fight more places? Who has better striking techniques? Who has more striking techniques? Who has more tools in their bag if plan A doesn't work, plan B doesn't work? Who can adjust? So I am going to be putting Magomed Ankalaev in that 9 spot. I am. He has a lot of quantity, but let's take a look at the quality. Alex Pereira, that's amazing. Alexander Rakic, decision. I just saw Yuri finish him. Johnny Walker twice. We cannot rate those. Jan Blachowicz in a draw in a fight which I thought he won, but that was 2022. Before that, Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos, Volkan Ozdemir, Nikita Krylov. Crazy win streak. Not a lot of quality. So he does have to go in the 9 spot. I'm sorry. Big Ank has to go in the 9 spot. I am going to keep Tom Aspinall at the 8 spot. Now, he's one-punch knockout in everybody, but we know he can wrestle. We know he can grapple. We just haven't seen a lot of it. And his dominance is so fucking great. Dominance in which we've never seen before in the division. That's what we really gotta say. Because a lot of people, well, it's just heavyweight. He's just beating up heavyweights. Yeah, but no other heavyweight has been able to do this to his peers. So having him at 8 does feel a little wrong. But when I look up, he hasn't shown that he's more skilled than these guys. So I have to keep him at 8. Number 7, we're going to be keeping Jack Della Maddalena. Now, he's a fighter with each win, he's just going to rise and rise and rise. He's not going to keep his spot. He's going to rise because we know he has all the skills. We know he's a really good wrestler. His jiu-jitsu is underrated. Escape art is hard to hold down. Best boxing in the UFC, if not second best. Whoever you want to put, Ilia Topuria or Jack Della Maddalena. If he beats Islam, he's just going to continue to move up, especially since Islam is 2. Does he stay at 2 by the end of this video? I don't know. But right now, Jack Della Maddalena is 7. But if he beats Islam, I reckon he skips Volk. He skips... That's a tough skip. We'll get to it. Because his quality isn't great. This isn't great quality at all. Belal Muhammad is really good quality. Gilbert Burns, okay, that's a good win. Kevin Holland, that's a good win. but good wins are going to get you really, really high in the pound-for-pound rankings. Basil Hafez, Randy Brown, which is aging fucking phenomenally. Like I said, he's a guy with each win, he's just going to go up and up and up, especially if he beats Islam Makhachev. Now, number 6. A lot of y'all aren't going to like this. I got Dricus du Plessis at my number 6 spot, and I think he's getting a bit overrated nowadays. Now, I'm picking him to beat Hamzat, and I think he is great. He has really good quality and quantity with a high finishing rate. But, and I don't want to sound like I'm nitpicking, but I do not rate these Sean Strickland wins high. I don't. Yes, he was a champion, but I think these ones are going to do nothing but age poorly over time because Sean Strickland is really not that dude. Hasn't been that dude in a while. Israel Adesanya, while a good win, and he finished Israel Adesanya, being the first person to submit Israel Adesanya. Really, really good. But Izzy, as of late, has not been good. And he's on a downslide, and this win isn't going to age great. Now, Sean Strickland and Israel Adesanya are fighting each other next, probably, more than likely. So either way, one of these wins is going to age worse. Robert Whittaker, this is a great fucking win. And I don't want to say it's his best win, but the way he beat Robert Whittaker made him look like he didn't belong in there with him. Such a good fucking win. But then it falls off a cliff. Derek Brunson was ranked highly when he beat him, but Derek Brunson, come on, he's a bum. Darren Till, bum. Brad Tavares, good win. Underrated win. Trevin Giles, and I don't even know who these guys are. Brock Lesnar's little brother. So, and then when I look at his skill set, he's able to wrestle, he's able to strike. And yeah, it's not pretty. It's very, very effective. But I'm not willing to say he's a better skilled striker or wrestler than the people I have above him, which is why I'm going to be putting him at 6. At 4, we got Alexander Volkanovski. And when you look at this, he's 2-3 in his last 5. But let's look at it. There's context here. This one. And I don't think it's fair to say, well, he was off the couch. I give Islam a half win for this. Because if Islam would have lost, Volk would have got all the praise. It was a lose-lose situation for Islam Makhachev in this situation. If he wins, you just beat a guy who's fat, not a shape. On short notice, if he loses, Islam, you just got beat by the GOAT. You know what I mean? So, it's lose-lose situation. Ilya Taporia ranked number 1 pound for pound right now. Looking like the best fighter we've ever seen. But at 35 years old, 36 years old, comes back and wins the belt. Finishes Yair Rodriguez. Max Holloway still beat Max Holloway 3 times. Dominant title run. Only has 1 loss. 1 loss in his weight class. Just 1 loss in his weight class. All the other 2 losses have been him trying to challenge himself and go up. But in his weight class, he has 1 loss. And as far as skill set, being able to adjust on the fly, being able to pick up on reads, being able to strike, being able to crash in the pocket, which he did with Diego Lopez. He doesn't have the power. But he was in the pocket with Diego Lopez and winning those exchanges. Being able to wrestle. Alexander Volkanovski is one of the most skilled fighters we've ever seen and still is very, very skilled. The reason I have him capped at 5 and I don't think he'll ever go higher is because we clearly see he's slowing down and we clearly see, like, we go in Volk fights now and we're worried that he's going to get chinned. Somebody who's ranked he's top 5 right now, Dricus du Plessis. If he beat Hamzat Chimaev, he blows it out of the water. But I really want to see that Hamzat win because that's going to be his second best win. And it's going to make his resume look so much better. But we go into Alexander Volkanovski fights and we're like squinting whenever his opponent throws big shots now. That's a problem. And I think from now on, he can only go down in the pound-for-pound rankings. 4 through 1, I'm keeping the exact same. Alexandre Pantoja, forcing guys to fight his fight. Has beat down there everybody in the top 10. And the people who haven't beaten the top 10, the people that he beat recently have beat those others in the top 10. Dominance. Clearly, no debate, it's the second best flyweight that we've ever seen. He's knocking on DJ's door. For me, I'm willing to entertain it already because his quality is so much better than DJ's at this point. Super, super disrespected. Merab Dvalishvili, I mean, his resume is just unmatched. This is the bantamweight GOAT. Umar Nurmagomedov, undefeated prospect. Everybody thought he was going to lose. Smash Sean O'Malley twice. 50-45 Peter Yan. Jose Aldo, 30-27. Henry Cejudo picked him up like a baby and almost threw him over the octagon fence. Insane run, insane resume with the title, and the fences are now starting to rack up to defend it. Islam Makhachev is at 2. Doesn't hold a belt. The only guy that doesn't hold a belt right now at top 2. And this next fight with JDM is going to dictate whether he's... I mean, my rule is 1 through 9, or 1 through whatever have to be champions. But If he loses to JDM, he might be the one guy that breaks that rule because Islam Makhachev is the most complete fighter in the UFC. The wrestling, the control, the submission ability, the striking, the defense, the cardio, the strength. This guy has it all, and he's able to mix up his technique so well with his kicks, with his counter punching, with his jab. But I'm keeping Ilia Topuria at 1. Ilia Topuria has now beat Charles Oliveira and Alexander Volkanovski in more impressive fashion than what Islam did it. Islam knocked Volk out in the second round. That wasn't the same Volk. And if we can't agree on that, then we just gonna have to agree to disagree. And he also throws Max Holloway. He took Max Holloway's most impressive stat. Not his most impressive stat, but his most impressive attribute. His most impressive attribute isn't the cardio. Maybe the output, but it isn't the cardio. It's the fact that you can't put this guy away. Ilia Topuria slimed him out. Ilia Topuria slimed him out. And even before he was champion, Bryce Mitchell, that's a good win. The 50-42 against Josh Emmett, I mean, just dominated him. Who does that to Josh Emmett? So this is my pound for pound list, guys. Hamzat, Mavzar, Arman, Bilal, Alex, Max, Magomed, Tom, JDM, DDP, Alexander Volkanovski, Alexandre Pantoja, Merab Dvalishvili, Islam Makhachev, and Ilia Topuria. Let me know where you guys will change. Let me know who you got who. Let me know. Am I disrespecting DDP too much? Did I not glaze JDM enough? Is Ilia Topuria overrated? Is Mavzar where he doesn't belong? Let me know. Honorable mention, Nasruddin Imavov and Gene Silva. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody I know you're Georgia. Like, you ain't got to get like, but you got to, what the fuck? Yeet. What the fuck was that?